welcome to the Soul Reader. The show will start in approximately 4 minutes and 30 seconds. But if you're watching this in replay, you can fast forward right past this spot and get right into the show. So, kind of hope you do that. Unless you just want to listen to me chime in now and then and to tell you the show's gonna start in a few minutes. But you can stay, you're welcome to do that. But if you're here live, I'm so happy that you're here. I love it when we have people live in the audience, especially when they interact with me. So if you're here, try to interact with me. And you can do that through YouTube or Facebook if you're watching there. Very easily. I think Facebook is the easiest way. And also you can send emojis and stuff. We also like seeing those here. Also, now, if you would like to be on the show where you can talk to me, just talk to me and see me, kind of like you're sitting on a couch with me, the easiest way to do it is by scanning the QR code that will pop up on the screen. And within a few seconds, you will be on the show. Also, if you're on Facebook, there should be a link there once the show starts, and you can also click on that link, and it will also allow you to be on the show with me where I can see you and the audience can see you and hear you, and we can have a conversation. Or, like usual, you can still get a free reading here. So, that's what we can do. The show will be starting in about 2 minutes and 38 seconds, so please stand by. We've got about 2 minutes to go and the show will be starting. And just so you know, the topic this evening is time to change your mind. Time to change your mind. About what? What am I going to be talking about? Is it just changing your mind? What is it? Well, stick around and you'll find out in about 1 minute and 30 seconds when the show starts. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you soon. So please stand by. Just a reminder, you can watch any of the previous shows of The Soul Reader at knowtoBestill.com/podcast. And you can also watch the show from there, which is my website. And everything is kind of self-explanatory there. You just go ahead and check it out. All right, we got about 30 seconds, so I'll see you soon. Ooh, look, I'm here. It always surprises me when we go live, when Jill hits that button and we're live transmitting to the world. don't think the whole world is watching, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm happy that you're watching, whether you're here live or whether you're watching in replay. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Anthony Cordova, the man about love, the soul reader, the soul reader. And you know what? It seems, and Jill can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I have explained to maybe new people to the show of what I do and what I am. Now, just a refresher, I am a psychic natural born empath, which means I have some psychic abilities, which most of you understand and are familiar with. But more than anything, I'm a empath. I feel people's emotions. This isn't something I went to school for. This is something I was born with. And it was actually something I tried to hide from people because it scares people sometimes. And it could, when I was younger, it scared me too, made me very uncomfortable. So what I do is I'm able to feel people's emotions. So a person, before I learned how to protect myself, a person could walk past me and I would feel their emotions. But in the beginning, empaths don't know they're feeling people's emotions. We think we're feeling our own emotions. So you have a person walk by one way and they're angry. Then I'm angry. I'm feeling angry because I feel their emotions. And then a person could walk by the other direction, but they're grieving because someone in their family has just passed away. And then someone can walk by the other direction and they just fell in love. And then I will feel that. I'll feel like love, like I fell in love with somebody, but I don't even know who. So it was very confusing, very uneasy for me to walk around that way. So, but that's what I do. So when I do a reading for you, what I do is tap into who you truly are. It's like tapping into your soul. That's why I call this show The Soul Reader, because I read your soul. That does not mean I read your mind. I don't know what you're thinking, but I can sense what you're feeling, or I can sense the things that hold you back from reaching levels in your life that you could reach, whatever those are. So that's what I do. And I do free readings here every Tuesday night. But if you're afraid to get a reading live on the air, you can get a private reading, which is only $60 for an hour. So, and that's just between you and me. Everything is confidential. I do not share your information with anyone else. So the only time anyone else is going to hear your reading is if you do one live here. And then even when I do readings live, I do have a safe word. So if I touch on anything you may not want everyone to hear, you just say stop. Very simple, stop. And I will stop and move on to something else. But usually I navigate around the things that I can feel that you probably won't share, didn't want to share with people. So there's no need to be afraid. Everything will be good. All right. Tonight. Oh, look, I kicked the camera. I can make that into a song. Kick the camera. What do you think, Jill? Kick the camera? I'm kidding. No. I think it can be a song. You know, I'm a poet too. Next thing you know, I wrote a hit song called Kick the Camera. You just watch. Anyway, episode tonight. Time to change your mind. And I'm going to talk about this in a segment I called Tony's Mind Mashup. And the reason I call it Tony's Mind Mashup, I'm trying to get us to be on the same page with our thoughts, with how we look at the world, how we look at people, how we interact with people. Um, because there is a better way than the way most of us walk around. So that is the topic tonight. Time to change your mind. The question is, what do I mean about that? What do I mean when I say that? Time to change your mind. Well, I'm really talking about our thought process and how we process things in our mind, how we process people that we interact with, how we view certain situations, how we judge people. We make snap judgments about people. Changing your mind on how you view the world will make you a better person, will make me a better person, will make the people around you happier. It will also help you to spread love, show love, and be love. So some of you may want to know, what is an example of changing your mind, changing how you view things, how you think about things, how you see them initially. So let's say you're walking down the sidewalk and you see a big guy. And it doesn't matter whether he is black or white or Asian or Mexican, but there's a big guy and he's walking towards you. And he's wearing a bandana and he has gold teeth and he's got a beard, way down here. And he's wearing a shirt that says, kill everybody. Okay. So immediately, when you see that person, you're going to make a snap judgment. Oh, you'll be like, oh, I got to stay away from that person. Oh, they're bad. Look how they're dressed. Oh, they're bad. But the thing is, they may be the nicest, kindest person that you would meet. So what I'm saying is, when you see someone or you see a situation, don't automatically assume that they are the way you see them, because they may not be. We make judgments, snap judgments about people instantly. And we may be missing out on someone that is really kind and loving. But the moment you make that snap judgment, that's never going to happen. You're never going to speak to that person or anyone that's like that person, that appears like that person. So what else? Okay, so I'm talking about seeing other people. What about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? What do you say about yourself? Do you have thoughts that, oh, I am not, what's wrong with me? I'm not where I'm supposed to be in my life. By now I should be making six figures. By now I should live in a 5-bedroom house. By now I should be driving an $80,000 car. What's wrong with me? How come I'm not there? Now, there's nothing wrong with you. We're so hard on ourselves. We're immediately thinking there's something wrong with, what's wrong with me? Other people have these things. Why don't I? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? How come I can't have a lasting relationship? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Every time it seems that everything goes bad for me all the time. Why does it happen to me? What's wrong with me? You have to change how you view yourself. You have to take the negative thoughts of yourself and change them to positive thoughts. What's good about me? Oh, I'm really intelligent. What's good about me? I'm kind to people. What's good about me? I can run fast. It could be anything. But don't focus on the negative. Change how your mind sees yourself. Change how you see yourself. Very important. We have to start changing our minds. Now, I can sit here and say, yeah, change your mind. Yep. Think about yourself better. Yep. I've done it. See, that's how I can talk about it. I've done it. Since I was young, probably since I was 12 or 13 years old, a person might walk up to you and say, "Hey, how you doing, Tony? How you doing?" And I would say, "I'm existing. I'm existing." When just about whenever anyone asked me, I would give that type of reply. I'm existing. Oh, I'm here. Oh, I'm getting through the day. Oh, this. Oh, that. It's a negative thought process. It's keeping myself. And by the way, I was clinically depressed all that time. I just didn't know it. But that was part of that reason. But I'm no longer clinically depressed. And it's not because I take meds. In the beginning, I took meds for depression. But eventually, I was able to get off of the medication. And I did that by changing my mind, how I view situations, how I view my life, how I view what I've been through in my life. I changed my mind to realize the things that I thought was important wasn't important. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. I don't have anything to prove to myself. If I take something on, a new project or something, I will take it on and I will do it to the best of my ability. But even then, I might fail. I might try something new and fail, and try it again and fail. But you'll notice this about me, and I do it on this show. When I fail, I just laugh it off. I just laugh it off. And many of you that have watched this show often know that often I make mistakes. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. We got a lot of gadgets here. So I'm pushing the wrong buttons. I'm saying the wrong things. I'm pronouncing a word incorrectly. And I just laugh at myself because it's not that serious. It's not something I need to beat myself up about. You know the saying, life is too short. Life is too short to be walking around miserable. Life is too short to be beating yourself up. Life is too short to keep saying, why me? Oh Lord, why me? Why is this happening to me? Take the lesson. Every time something happens to us in our lives, it's a lesson. Take the lesson and figure out how that lesson can make you stronger, how that lesson can make you wiser, how that lesson will prevent you from making the same mistakes over and over and over. Let's change our minds. Let's change how we look at things. As we grow up, there are many people, our elders, that tell us things. And when we're young, sometimes we're like, oh, that doesn't sound right. You feel something in you, and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound right, but it doesn't feel right. But they're your elders, and we're taught to listen to our elders. But maybe our elders are telling us something that's not correct. I really think about it. Let's talk about a transgender child. And all people do is try to stifle that child. No, that's not what you're supposed to be. No, that's not what you're supposed to be. No, God didn't mean for you to be like that. No, God is going to punish you for being like that. We have to change our minds, change how we view people. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you don't understand it. Change our minds. Very important for us to do that. And again, it's better for you, it's better for me, it's better for all of us. When a person goes to therapy, for whatever the issue is, It's all about getting to the source of what gave you the condition you have. You may not have always had that condition. And mental illness is a serious thing. But when you're in therapy, it it helps get you to that space where you can change your mind. Sometimes we need medication to help with that. But then sometimes we don't. We can do it on our own. But we have to be willing to do the work. So when you see yourself, you feel yourself making snap judgments about a situation, snap judgments about people, stop yourself. Why do I think that? Why? I don't know that person. Why do I think they're lazy? I don't know that person. Why do I think they're promiscuous? I don't know that person. Think about it. You don't. Change how you view people. Change how you view situations. You know, I talk a lot about perspective. Everybody has a different perspective. It can be the same situation, and three people can see the same situation, and three people will have a different perspective. All of you aren't right. Okay? And maybe none of you are right. Stop, slow down. Look at the basis that you make these decisions. Figure out where it comes from. You know, I found that quite often, and just if you all didn't know, I'm a person of color. Well, maybe you've just been listening to the show and you didn't watch it, but I'm a person of color. And I have people tell me to my face that they did not like me, that they hated me because of my color. They would say, "Yeah, because you're black, or you're that color. You're yeah. I don't like you." And I would say, "But why?" Well, my father told me. My father told me y'all no good. My grandfather told me you're no good. That black people are lazy and they steal and they rob and they rape. But yet that person had never experienced any of those things from a black person. You see, change. Change how you view things, because that person had no basis other than someone told them to think that way. They put it in their mind, something that shouldn't be there. And we as people have a lot of things in our minds that should not be there. Now, yeah, it takes some work to figure these things out. It takes some work and bravery to want to change these things. Because a lot of people don't want to go there. But it's to make you a better person. Don't you want to be a better person? Don't you want to live a better life? Don't you want to take some of the stress out of your mind? Change your mind. Begin to think differently. And you can get there. And just a plug for me, I can help you get there. Because I'm Anthony Cordova, the soul reader. This is what I do. Well, I think I'm just about out of time. I was able to fill a show again without doing any readings. So anyway, I do want you to come back next week. So check out the Soul Reader. There it is with me, Anthony Cordova, and you can still get a free reading. What? I'm good. Jill is doing this. Let me. I know what she's saying, but I will cue that up. Okay, so yeah, you'll get a free reading. I gotta press some buttons. And then also tomorrow night, check out I'm Right. And that's with me, Jill Cox Cordova. That's every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to jillcoxcordova.com and click the podcast tab and watch it from the website there. But you can also watch on Facebook and YouTube. All right. And, check this out. I still have Poetic People Fighting Racism, and the next show is on May 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you watch that show the same way you're watching this one. You can do it at knowtobestill.com/podcast, or you can watch it from Facebook and YouTube. And I have a special guest poet. His name is Geza, but I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I don't want to mess it up, but you can see it right there and you can try to pronounce it. But he will be my guest on the 4th. And gee, I think that's about another show in the can. So I love you all. Till next time, till next week, till tomorrow night, maybe on I'm Right. I can't wait to see you. So I'll see ya. Bye.